around so you can see Jimmy James. I wonder if it's going to do it.
What's up? What's up? What's up, Instagram?
What's up? Yeah, what's up, Instagram?
What's up,
Solis 7000, DJ Suavecito 34. Hello, thank you guys so much for joining us. We are live. Jimmy James is live in an undisclosed location in Los Angeles, right?
Yep, I'm in an undisclosed location somewhere in between East LA and the beach.
And the beach, yes. What's up, Shock _SK8? Oh, Shock Skate. I see what you do there. Let's see, Soli 7000, Isla Slim 15. How is Frazier doing? Frazier from KLOS, Frazier Smith. Frazier's good. As far as I know, he's still alive. So he's still with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
He is quarantined at home. We all are. As you guys know, I have been quarantined probably since February, and I've only come out to help out with a few things like charity work. What's up, Bloom Notice 4? Myra in the house. Myra in the house. We got Myra in the house. Mega Man, what's up? Mega Man podcast in the house. Thank you guys so much for joining us. What's up, Cindy Aguilar 180? What's up? 78 Citizen, what's up? Chag one is in the house. I helped you, girl. I always try. Hopefully I can cheer you up. That's what I love to do, cheer you people up. Love you too, Myra. Chucky 1331, what's up? Giving everybody a special hello. If you guys want a hello, please put a little wave emoji right there at the bottom. And then that way I can say your name on the podcast, and it'll also be recorded on YouTube. We are streaming now on YouTube and on Facebook, correct?
YouTube is live.
So we're going. Tony Cupcakes in
everywhere.
The house. We got Tony Cupcakes in the house. What's up? No problem, Cindy Aguilar. Thank you so much for always watching. Cindy Aguilar 180, one of my loyal fans. Thank you so much. Junior Sakje, what up? Mega Man, we love Mega Man. Follow Mega Man at the Mega Man podcast, Mega Man 6980, also for his personal page. That's where he be sliding in your DMs. That Mega Man.
We had a really good episode with Mega Man.
We had a wonderful episode.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of heavy stuff. It was good.
Big J 805 in the house. Hello, Packafella, Packafeezy in the house. We got Packafella in the house. We got Pekka in the house. Check it out. We over here live, over here on Talking Crap with Tania Estrada. We got Jimmy James right here. And we are broadcasting on YouTube. And are we on Facebook too?
We are.
We are on Facebook as well.
We are.
If you guys want to shout out, come on over to the Instagram. I'll look down and I'll give you guys a shout out. Your name will also be in the YouTube broadcast that we're going to put up on YouTube, and then also on the podcast once they are released on iTunes. So you can hear.
We got Jeremy Gonzalez from the San Gabriel Valley. Says, "What's up,
Jeremy Gonzalez? What's up?
What's up, homegirl?
Yes, please.
San Gabriel.
Shout those out for me, Jimmy James. I can't.
Yep, I'm looking at them right now. The SGV, the home of, I think, probably the best dim sum. Like,
yes,
whenever we want that like authentic, pick it off the cart, don't care what's inside dim sum. Yeah, we go to San Gabriel Valley. It's so good. So good.
Shout out to M.4.559. What's up, Holmes? You keep changing your Instagram name, but I see you. I know who you are. What's up, Jay? Big Driver 2232. Yes. Hey, Packa, you're with G. Oh, what's up? Tell that's P, right? You're with P. You're with G or P, whichever one. Tell him I said hello. Jack Scarlett, what's up? Fun Nugs. We got Fun Nugs in the house. We got Anna in the house. Fun Nugs. So Fun Nugs is one of the people that's gotten me to eat vegan. Like, she's really gotten me to get into the vegan thing. And by the way, Fun Nugs, I had a beautiful quarantine Saturday night date with you. That was amazing. You guys, please follow Fun Nugs. She is also Charro's, as you know, Cuchi, Charro's social media girl. So Fun Nugs is amazing to talk to. I love making her laugh. Tony does pictures. Red Corn 13. Oh, we got Disco Gen 79 in the house. We got La in the house. We got Yoni in the house. Ray Mendoza, 9026. Thank you so much for watching. We got Johnny Yayo in the house. We got Rec Law 18. Thank you guys so much for joining us. So I wanted to let you guys know we are live right now on YouTube. We're gonna go ahead and talk about me coming over to Mexico. I made it over the border, you guys. I made a run for the border and I made it. So I'm gonna get off the Instagram live now. But if you guys go over to YouTube, go to youtube.com/Tania Estrada 334. And then you'll be able to see us do our thing. So we can release the birds now, right, Jimmy James?
Let's do it.
The birds.
We'll see you guys over on the YouTubes.
And we'll see you over on YouTube. Peace. All right. So I can download it, so that's cool. And I'll keep that. Nice.
All right, let's kick this off. Theme song music. Do 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 do. Theme song music. Do 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 do. Because I didn't have time to write anything. Talking crap with pew 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 pew. Tania Estrada.
Woo! Round of applause. We also didn't get the clapping audio, but it's okay.
No, not yet. Not yet. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, real quick, just shouting out. We got Myra Rodriguez on YouTube.
Myra Rodriguez. That is my assistant, Myra. Myra Rodriguez. Thank you, Myra, for joining us on Talking Crap. You guys, this is my co-host, Jimmy James Callahan, also available at Universal Smoothness. As you guys know, we play in a band called Slaughter Before Slaughter, now known as Saint Nectarius. And he is the bass player and I'm the guitar player. So we have joined forces because we love talking crap together about all kinds of shit.
Oh man, and you're right.
Here we are, right?
Hey, you look real happy.
What is it about me that you see right now?
I don't. You look.
Can I give you a hint?
Yeah. Your spirit appears to be 7 to 11 pounds lighter. Where are you right now? What's going on?
7 pounds lighter of my 11 pounds.
Spirit, yeah.
I tell you, Jimmy. And you know what I noticed too? I'm really strong in the back. It feels like I've been carrying a lot of shit on me. You see that muscle right there? Oh, yeah, man. This was a very interesting weekend for me. It was 26 days for me on Saturday that I stopped smoking weed. And my ex happened to turn 62 that day.
Oh, wow.
And I went to storage after having a beautiful day. I had an amazing day with Bobby from One Love, One Tribe Apparel. We did little commercials and stuff over at the factory with all the clothes and just different pieces and had a lot of fun. I had an amazing day that day. And I went to storage to get some stuff and I ended up finding this box of memories. And for the first time, you know, I think since I've been sober, I found this box of memories and it made me sick to my stomach to peek in there. When usually I go into this box of memories and I reminisce and look at all the beautiful moments and I get very sad. And I was gonna leave the box in there. And there was something inside of me that just turned. It made me, I don't know if I was gonna throw up or pass out from the thought of closing the storage down and leaving the box in there. And I was like, I gotta throw this away. Because my life coach, shout out to TC Conroy at TC Conroy. If nobody knows what a life coach is, let me tell you what a life coach is. A life coach is somebody, unlike a therapist, that won't waste your time because you're wasting her time. So with a therapist, you go to therapy, and they tell you, so what do you think about that? And then you spend the rest of the time telling them what you think. And they're like, okay, time's up. Let's schedule your next appointment. A life coach will tell you what's wrong and will just we'll tell you what's wrong and why it's wrong. So it leaves you with a lot more insight from your session. And what I knew from that storage, just leaving the box in there, I was like, I need to throw this away. So I gathered everything. And it was interesting because I went through the memory box, and in there was a wedding album from my late husband. Brandon, rest in peace. I know that you're not having to deal with none of this COVID stuff or any stuff, but it was the one thing that I took from the memory box and I decided to keep was my wedding album, pictures of us.
Oh, wow.
And everything else had to go because it has such a negative attachment from, breakups happen. People break up all the time.
Yep.
But when you go through the breakup, and it's a constant, where they always come back, and they start the relationship over. And then the relationship ends again, and you don't know why. And then they gaslight you. They gaslight you on top of it, right? Like you did something wrong. Sure. And then you hear from all these people that this person cheated on you with, and you realize this person is not a good person. This person was lying to me the whole time. This person just robbed me of all these years, and not robbed me because I learned a lot. I learned a lot for what I do want in my relationship and what I don't want, what I won't tolerate. So I gathered all this stuff, Jimmy James, and I threw it away. And I made a music video montage of it because I like expressing myself in music video form. Yep. And I never knew that I would feel so good from just throwing all that shit away.
Do you have digital copies of this stuff, or were they it was paper? Were they paper photos, documents?
It was paper photos, frames, documents. No paper, nothing.
No digital.
No.
Wow, that's hardcore, man. No, because you don't throw anything away anymore without having a backup. Like we've been conditioned to always save your files, always have a backup. So for you to do that, that's intense.
It really solidified that I needed to throw this away when I talked to one of his ex-girls that he was seeing while he was seeing me. Mm-hmm. Her name's Jada. Shout out to Jada Cox if you guys know her. Beautiful freaking chick, gorgeous girl, very smart. And I ran into her at this Women of Color committee. Remember the Women of Color event that we did where we honored those ladies in December? I was greeting in the front and she walked in. And seriously, I was like, I always thought if I ever run into this chick, I'm going to beat her fucking ass. Yeah. That's what I thought. I'm going to fuck her up. And when I ran into her, I didn't have that anymore. And it opened up a whole conversation where we were just like back and forth. And she told me everything that was happening behind the scenes.
Oh, wow.
He told me everything that he was saying about me.
Wow.
And it was just like, and I remember he went to go buy this Bentley car that he was on the phone with me, that he was going to go buy this car and this and that. And I was thinking, why do you need to buy another car? You just bought a Porsche. You're going to get rid of that car and get this other car.
Yeah.
Come to find out, he was also on the phone with her because she really liked the car and he bought it for her.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, okay, all right. Oh, okay. So it just kind of makes you like, you know what, whatever feelings I had for you. And it was so funny. I'm really into dates and numbers. I sat with this information for like a good few days, right? Mm. And last year in December, the day that we hooked up 10 years back, which was December the 13th of 2009.
Okay.
I blocked him on everything. Wow. I blocked him on Twitter. I blocked him on Instagram. I blocked him on Facebook. I blocked him on everything where he can look me up. He can't look up my name without it coming up blank.
That feels good. It's super passive aggressive, but it feels good.
It felt good. It felt good. It's like, you can't see me unless you go out of your way to make a profile to see me. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And if you go out of your way to make a profile to see what I'm doing, who's the crazy one?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like, with all this information that I got, I really resonated with the movie. Have you ever seen Girl on the Train?
No. What's Girl on the Train about?
Girl on the Train is this movie about this girl who's getting over a breakup. She's drinking every fucking day. She's on this train supposedly to work every single day. She's
Mm-hmm.
on this train supposed every single day, right? And she's passing this one area on the train that she's always looking at, and she's looking at a woman that's outside in the balcony, right? She's looking at this woman, and every time she would look, she would see this man, and she'd just be like, so long story short, this girl was freaking drunk on the train every day. She didn't even have a job to go to. She was just like driving by the house that she used to live at, where he now had another girl like at the house.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was a whole thing, right? But at the end of it, when she made her way into like the girl's life without him knowing, and it turns out that he was gaslighting her the whole time, and he was really the problem. He was the one doing stuff. So he was also cheating on the new chick with somebody complete, like with the babysitter. And at the end, like it turned into a whole confrontation, and he beat the shit out of her in front of it was like a whole movie. You guys got to see, bro.
Wow. So it's not a romantic comedy.
You know what? Usually my favorite type of movie, romantic comedies, but no, this one, I'm more into couple breakup stories now. Like I realize like those are the movies I want to watch. Like I found myself today watching a movie called Closer. With Julia Roberts, Jude Law, and Natalie Portman.
Oh, that's a good cast.
It was a really good cast.
That's a good cast.
But it was a movie about a wife and a husband, and the husband and the wife were cheating here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then so the other ones got their heart broken, right? But then this dude went and looked for this other dude's chick and started fucking her.
Oh, wow.
I was, oh, this motherfucker.
That's
like
intense.
It was intense. It was super intense. So when dude came over to say something to that husband, he goes something and called him Buster. And the dude just went like, how do you know my pet nickname?
Buster. that's what you name a dog, Buster. All right. So you cleaned out the memories, right? Here you are with your broom, just sweeping it, right? Throwing away the only copies of photos with no digital backups, right? So then what happened after that? After everything goes in the trash?
After everything went in the trash, I just felt this release, this amazing release. Like I released all this energy of anything, of any memory I had, of whatever horrible memory I had of him, or any memory. It's worthless and it's gone. It's just, if you've ever been in a relationship that was horrible, like it was a great relationship, but when you find out all the real lies, everything, like you're just like, nah.
Intense. That's intense because that's information that you were probably never going to get. So to see like that side of the story and to see that side of the dialogue, and all these episodes that you have is like, it's not on it. It sounds fulfilling because it and it removes so much of the guesswork and so much of the assumptions that you might have put on the situations, because now you've actually got the other point of view, so what a great way to close it out, man. That's awesome.
It's a great way to close it out. And now that I do all these, podcasts or interviews or wherever people have me, when I do the pre-interview, they ask, is there any question that you don't want me to ask you? And I always say, no, you can ask me anything. Now I know what question I will not allow for you.
Uh-oh.
Do not bring up his name at all.
Oh, wow.
I don't ever want to talk about it. I will fucking do this interview's over. I'll be yelling at my I'll be yelling at my publicist, did you not fucking tell them? I said, don't bring up that name. You know, have a total Christian Bale movie moment, walk out. Like
flip a table on the way out.
Yeah, flip a table on the way out. You know, fuck. Like, but yeah, that's the one question I don't ever want to talk about, ever.
Wow.
So
well, good for you.
Last dibs of like, so, you know, as I continue on my ascent with my career and I continue up, you know, I'm not going to look back. There's no reason to look back. And it feels good.
That's awesome. Like, I'm super happy for you. That's great.
You know, I didn't think we were going to open the podcast with that, but I guess you noticed you noticed my radiance, my vibrance. Yeah.
Well, there's people on the YouTube chat commenting that you're very tan. So I thought you were going to talk about getting that. I thought you were going to talk about getting that vitamin D, but.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Vitamin D. This one was actually from the sun. I'm so waiting to get that vitamin D. But you know, I'll do the sun.
So you are not at your normal spot. That is not your normal room or your normal clock. Or, you know, where the hell are you?
Fuck that clock.
Where are you?
I am in Las Salinas, Mexico. I am in Mexico.
Mexico?
I made it to Mexico. I know I didn't say anything to anybody. I went on a quick live when I was coming down the 5. Only a few people jumped on it at the time, which was cool. But those people knew to jump on today too, that I was going to come on and do a podcast. I wasn't really announcing it. I didn't want to get stopped at the border or anything like that when they check, just in case. And I did it completely secret. But I made it to Mexico and I had to go through a lot to get out of the country. It wasn't your normal, you know, get in my car and get out to Mexico or like I usually would. You know, I haven't been here since October when I hosted that Lucha Libre by the Beach. Remember when I did that?
Yep.
That was the last time. And so when I just got really busy, you know, throughout the end of the year. And it's like, oh, I'll get over there. And then they closed everything. They closed everything completely. I was actually going to get over here to Mexico probably like March, but I had to end up doing, I had to do the film festival. Remember when I had to do the film festival?
Yep, out in Santa Monica. Yep.
Yeah. And so I did that and I was like, you know, I can't responsibly take off from here and go to Mexico. Because I was in Santa Monica, and as you know, the Apple store right there had COVID. Like they had an employee that had COVID. Remember, I told you, I was like, dude, the Apple store is closed, and there's an employee outside of the Apple store with the doors closed. But there was like police inside, a security guard, and then like a few employees. It was only open for repairs or pickup. That was it.
Yeah, I think that was like one of the first cases like near us that I remember hitting the news. And I remember you were over there. And when I saw that, I was like, oh man, I got to tell Tania, like, don't go to the Apple store. And then,
that was kind of gnarly. I was like, you know what? I'm going to walk on the other side of the promenade. Like I'm going to go on the other part of the sidewalk. So I just decided to quarantine at home. I was like, I can't make it to Mexico.
You haven't been going out at all. So for you to like completely skip the grocery store and just just pass go and end up in Mexico is kind of intense.
It is. It's super intense, but I feel that I have been responsible in my quarantining. I have went up and above and beyond what was asked of me as a citizen to do for all of us being in this together. We are all in this together. And the most important thing that I didn't do was I didn't throw parties on Easter, you know? I didn't throw, gatherings. I didn't have people inside my house. I didn't leave my house. The only things I've left my house for are for charitable causes that I can help out. Because as a comedian, I know we're all probably dying to get up on stage and talk. We just want to talk. We just want to talk shit. And you know, getting up on stage isn't the only way that you can use your voice box. You can use it in other platforms. And why not, you know, go out and help somebody else out? That's what I'm doing with One Love, One Tribe. So that was the first time that I went out. Remember when we were doing the live for the pastor and trying to raise money in Ghana for Pastor Sam. Shout out to Bobby Badass at One Love, One Tribe Apparel. Go where the love is, hashtag right there. And these are, of course, I'm rocking her clothes right here.
That looks great.
Yeah, my little outfit, check it out. And it also pretty pants. Look at this. I switched out of the bell bottoms and now I'm in this. And then now this actually also has a crop top too. Because when I went out earlier, I wanted to just have this ready to go if I jumped in the water. But so I went out for a walk and I actually, because I haven't been in the sun, right? I haven't been out. And I forgot that I'm allergic to the sun.
Oh, wow.
And so I've broken out in like a little heat rash everywhere. A little tiny heat rash. So I have hydrocortisone for that, and I have Benadryl on deck. I'm gonna have to take some Benadryl a little bit.
Small price to pay though, because look, there's things that all of us have to do on a semi-regular basis to reset, right? Or to, like, I like to call it empty out your bullshit bucket, where just going through day-to-day stuff, dealing with your office, dealing with your neighbors, dealing with whatever bullshit you got going on in your life, your bullshit bucket gets full and you have to do something to empty it out. So some people go to therapy, right? I know some people that go to concerts, and that's the way that they empty their bullshit bucket. Like for you, like it's always been go to Mexico. Like there's something about going to Mexico and like resetting, because it doesn't seem like you have like the same things that you do in Mexico. You don't go there for a routine, but you go there, you reconnect with people, you get a little bit of sun, you get a little bit of the water. There's something about Mexico that resets you. And I would imagine that without going for 7 months, you probably didn't know how much and you tell me, but I would assume you didn't know how much you missed it until you actually got there. And like, you look great and you sound great, and I would expect you not to come back for a while.
Yeah, you know, I would want to stay here a lot longer. But you know, I feel like there's things that I need to do when I get back to LA. Project Hope, for instance, Project Hope. Shout out to Jaime and Roberta. They're doing such great good. I went to that Project Hope thing a few weeks ago where we fed the Estrada projects, where we gathered up groceries and went to all the different projects and handed out their grocery bags and their produce. So Jaime let me know that they're doing another one this Friday, May 22nd. So I want to get out there to go help with that. And, you know, it's like, I always feel good by doing something good for others.
Yeah.
And it's generally a thing where, you know, we like to please people. I think as comedians, that's the thing that we do. We like to please people, but nothing pleases me more than seeing a smile on someone's face that I made happen. That's like ultimate joy for me.
Awesome.
Call it selfish. I get off on it. You know? I get off on people's smiles.
Sure.
So that's what I'm trying to get back for on Friday. So I'm planning to leave here Thursday. The beautiful thing is that it looks like I might have to come here a little bit more often because I may be going on treatment.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I may be going on treatment.
So you'll have a medical reason to make it back. Wow.
I have a medical reason to make it back.
Hey, you know, like when you find your happy place, you should spend as much time there as you can. So
yeah,
that's awesome. How was it getting over the border? Was it a shit show?
You know what? It was actually getting over the border was pretty easy. Getting over Tijuana was easy. They're not really checking you there. I think they're pulling you over if there's 2 people in the car. If there's 2 people in the car, they're going to stop you and they're going to be like, "Where are you going?" But if there's 1 person in the car, it looks like they're just like, okay, they're just letting you go. The rule right now is 1 person to a car. or they're going to stop you and start asking questions.
Oh, wow.
When I made it over TJ, I went straight to the first place that I've been dying to go to. I've been dying for some freaking Italian food, dude.
Do you want Italian food?
No. Rosarito Italian food.
Oh.
Like TJ in Rosarito, there's a little place called Pasta y Basta. Shout out to Chef Christian and his beautiful wife, Bonnie, and also their cousin, Nessa, who I've been talking to. She let me know that they were still open. But I called because they send an email with their weekly specials to let us know that they're still open. And they have their phone number at the bottom, but I don't know how to dial into Mexico or out of Mexico yet. Mm-hmm. But I was able to copy and paste the +52. And I called and Jesus answered. And Jesus was like, hola, Tania, ¿cómo estás? Hace mucho tiempo, which is like, hey, Tania, it's been a long time. How you been? I'm like, well, so I ordered Italian food and I was able to come and pick it up to go. And they let me inside the restaurant to grab it.
Wow. What'd you order?
I got to say hi to everybody. I ordered, I wanted fettuccine carbonara, which is like what I've been craving, even though I've been vegan. You know, I've been vegan for a while, but I've been reintroducing meat slowly back into my diet because of the Joe Rogan podcast, where he had agriculture specialist Chris Klingerman, I believe was his name. And they started talking about how when people go on a vegan diet, especially when they stop drinking and smoking, then all of a sudden, you know, like they feel great for months, but then they start losing nutrition, like the nutrition they had. And I was like, well, that kind of makes sense. So I want to not lose that. I don't want to be where I get to the point where if I eat meat, I end up getting sick. Or you know, like where I'm not able to enjoy a piece of steak if I wanted to, or cheese or milk or whatever it is. I'm not vegan for the reasons that people are vegan because of animals and oh my God, the animals. I mean, Chris Klingerman said it best when he said that if we don't use the animals for food, there's going to be a whole lot of more gas emissions because everything's going to decompose and let off like gas that's really bad. And just, you know, the way that they're just gassing animals right now is really bad too. So I ordered fettuccine carbonara, and then they had a special. They made these raviolis out of ricotta and spinach with a red cream sauce on top. With and they cooked it in vodka, which is fine because the vodka burns off. You know, you don't taste it. They just use it as a freaking bomb too. It was
that sounds so good.
It was so good. Oh my God. Thank you, Jesus, for taking care of me. You guys are awesome. And then so as soon as I was done with that, guess what my next stop was?
The pharmacy.
Yeah. The pharmacy. It was the pharmacy.
Yep.
And it was cool because I got there and the first thing she said was wow, I haven't seen you in forever.
You're a regular. That's awesome. Dude. That's great.
I think if I walk into your store, you're never gonna forget it. You know,
who wouldn't want to be a regular at a Mexican pharmacy? That's, you know what I mean? Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk into the pharmacy and the gal behind the counter says, "I missed you."
Yeah, I missed you. Hugged. She cried. I cried. No,
love it.
She stayed behind the counter. I stayed in front of the counter, and I asked for my usual. I asked for my B12, which they are out of. They are out of B12.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is it because they can't get it, or are they just selling out? Do you know?
They sold out.
Wow.
They sold out. So guess what they did?
Hold on, let me guess. What did they do? I don't know. What did they do?
They special ordered it, and it should be there tomorrow.
Get out of here. Wow.
They special ordered and called another one of their chain pharmacies. Shout out to Farmacias Integra. And her name is Refugio. Shout out to Refugio at Integra Pharmacy. So she hit up a few of her pharmacies and she said it'll be in by Tuesday. So that's tomorrow. So I'll be
Wow.
pick that up tomorrow. And I'm getting 2 bottles instead of 1, just in case to have. I just, you know me, I get fucking weird if I don't get my B12 shot, you know?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
need it for my
You need it.
nerves.
Yeah.
I really do. And you know, if you think about it, I think a lot of people need B12. Like they need, people don't know that, you know, we run on nerves. Like we are already a battery in ourselves running. And in that battery, we have our nerves that help run us. And if you don't have the proper nutrition in your nerves, you fucking turn irritated, frustrated, kooky. You know, for people that are irritated and frustrated and just don't know why, it's probably your nerves. If you start with your nerves, you'll feel a lot better. You'll feel a lot calmer. When your nerves are good, you make a lot more rash decisions. You make good decisions with good nerves. I've just always found that to be true. And I don't want to spend $50, you know, every time here in the US to
For
get
one treatment.
For one treatment,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So I buy the bottle for $30 and I've had to man up and I've had to learn how to inject myself. So I inject myself, which I fucking hate needles, obviously.
Yeah.
I hate needles.
Do you shoot it into your leg or do you shoot it into your butt?
I shoot it into my butt. I shoot it like right here. Like I shoot it like in this area. Right here.
Right into the muscle.
Yeah, I do it there because just in case, you know, I hit something wrong in my leg, I don't want to accidentally not be able to walk, or like if like a big pustule or something, you know, I fuck up or something, I don't want to do. So I've manned up to do it right in my butt. So, so yeah, I'm waiting for that. And then guess what I did afterward?
Did you go to a bar?
You know what? No, I did not. I did not go to a bar. I didn't. I'll help you with this one because this one's really obscure and weird.
Okay.
But I pulled over to the little tchotchke areas off the road to look at pottery.
Oh, nice. Nice.
To look at, and you know, Paula, shout out to Paula Baby, my girl. You know, we just had, thank you, Jimmy James, again for the wonderful. I'm sorry, I shouldn't thank you. I need to thank your daughter, Olivia Smokehouse Barbecue, for putting together such an awesome little stand. Of course, with her employees, Jimmy James and Layemi, right?
I gotta tell you, she's a tough as nails boss. She made me cook for over 20 people. Yeah, and yeah, she was just like the hostess with the mostest. You know what it is like she's so happy to see people, right? So what we've been doing really quick, like the tangent is, we've started here in my neighborhood, we've started a neighborhood dinner swap because it's crazy expensive to eat out, right? You know, like everybody should be supporting their favorite restaurants so that they don't go under and all that. And that's great. But to drop like 40, 50, 60 bucks on a meal, you know, frequently like just sucks right now, you know? So other than that, it's like, are you going to be cooking 3 meals, you know, plus snacks at home, every day? And that's tough to do. So what we decided was that, you know, we were going to cook a little bit of extra food and we were going to hook up another family. And if they were interested, when they cook dinner, they could cook a little bit extra and we would swap. So now we have like, maybe like 8 families, 10 families that we're doing this with, where we'll cook and we'll set up either pickups or deliveries and they'll swing by. And then it's so nice because we just have to do like, we do like one crazy day of cooking, which we love. Like we love to entertain, you know, my wife and I, like, we love to entertain. We love to cook as is. But then for the rest of the day, like we've got dinners that just kind of like trickle in and we don't have to cook. And it's so nice. And the best part about it, oh my God, the best part about it has been eating other people's rice. It's been so interesting and so rewarding because you make rice and you make it the same way every time, and you have the same, you know, like whatever your way is to make rice, that's how you make it. And like, it's one of those things, like you go on autopilot when you make your rice, you know.
Mhm.
But to get other people's rice, like there's one family that we've swapped with where she is Indian,
Mhm.
and he's Chinese, and they both make different
Mhm.
rice. It's amazing. He makes Chinese rice, you know, like little short grain, like sticky Chinese rice, and she makes like super
Oh,
fluffy basmati rice. And like, I've been laying low on the carbs and I've been laying low on the sugar, and I've dropped a handful of pounds already, like through this whole ordeal. But dude, when the rice comes in, like I have to try the rice. So
nice.
it's been so fun, and such a good way to stay connected with our neighbors and to maybe have a little bit of a better relationship, and to really just like kind of make this like a fun thing. So anyway, so we did, but I wanted to do a bunch of barbecue.
Mhm.
So I went down to my butcher, who's still open, thank God. And I got a brisket and I got a bunch of sausages, and I got some chicken. And so on Friday, like I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Well, I started cooking the day before, but I was up at 5, cooked all day long on Friday. And then at 6 o'clock, we set up a little pickup station. And dude, my 4-year-old
Dude, you
is
were
just,
up early.
oh yeah,
Oh my
she
God.
gets me up anyways though. Like,
Oh Lord.
yeah, she gets me up anyway. So it's
Dude.
no thing, right? I'm up at like, I get the early morning shift. So, you know, she's up between 5 and 6 and she says, daddy, daddy, daddy. So I gotta go. But um she's been so happy just to see people, you know. And so like, so Tanya, when you came over, you
Uh-huh.
know, she's like, I heard her say out loud, like, I'm gonna pour Tanya a drink. And like, so I had a bottle of whiskey at the pickup table, because you know we had a little bit of distance between us and the pickup station. A bottle of whiskey, um, a bucket of ice, and some glasses. And she could barely reach over the table, and she picks up this bucket of ice and she just starts pouring Tanya some water. And
Yeah,
it was so like, I got video of it. It was so adorable. But
it
she's
was.
been, you know, because she's at 4 years old, she doesn't she doesn't grasp, she doesn't grasp the details of what's going on. Like, she knows people are sick. She knows that's why we're wearing masks when we go out. She knows that's why she can't see her friends. She knows that's why we're staying home. So she asked me, you know, on a daily basis, like, am I sick? Am I sick? So she
Oh,
understands that, like, hey, you know, there's like, people are sick and we could get sick. And so that's why, you know, we're laying low. But I gotta tell you, like, people started coming over and she was just like, she was just bouncing off the walls.
she
So
was
yeah.
so happy.
Oh, she was so happy. Like, she has a little friend, a little boy across the street who just turned 1.
Oh,
And they've been talking, like, you know, he's grown up with her, you know, and she adores him. And they've been talking to each other from across the street. And it's been like, I don't want to say
oh,
it's necessarily been sad, but it's just been unfulfilling. And so we rode our, you know, I make her ride her bike every day. We did 3 miles today. She crushed it. She was so tired. But sometimes when we come back around, we end up on the other side of the street. And so
mhm.
she said, the little boy, his name's Keelan. She said, you know, I want to say hi to Keelan. And so I said, okay, why don't we just stay on the sidewalk and we'll just see if Keelan's there. So she stayed on her bike and she yelled for him, and nothing, nothing, nothing. He said, okay, let's go. And then his mom came out with him. She's like, oh, he heard you guys. And this little boy, I swear to God, ran right up to Olivia, like this close from Olivia. And they both just stood there with their arms like this. And
Oh,
and so his mom looked at me and she's like, are you okay with this? And I was like, yeah, like, I have to be, you know, like, I'm fine. And she's like, all right. And then she was like, oh my God, I can't touch him. She had this look on her face, like, I'm gonna get in trouble. He got a little bit closer and a little bit closer. I swear to God, a little bit closer, until his face was on her face. And they were just like,
oh,
and they kept looking at us like, and he's only 1. So, so the stuff's registering, you know what I mean? Like, he understands he's not seeing people and he can't hug her and all this, you know, even though it might not be like, you know, a verbal understanding, he gets it. And so finally, Olivia goes, "Can I give him a hug?" I was like, "Sure." And so they both just hugged, and he tackled her, and they rolled around in the grass, and it was so nice. It was so nice. So she was so like, when you came over, like, you're one of her favorite people. So like when you came over, she was like, "Oh, Tanya's here. I'm gonna pour Tanya a drink."
Wow, that's amazing, because I feel like I've had this, like, I love her, she don't like me relationship for a while. I think it was she was getting used to me because she didn't know who I was for a while, especially when we would take off with band stuff.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
maybe.
she was like, why is my daddy with an,
Yeah.
who's this
Maybe.
girl that my dad is with? Like, and it was kind of it was a struggle. It was a struggle. Like, especially remember when we took off to go record the album in Joshua Tree, and it was just like, where's my dad? Like, it was a thing. It was a total thing. And then to see me there, she was not happy about it. She wasn't. So it took a little while. Now that I come over, with Jenny, and and you guys, and she sees, like, now she gets it. And I'm sure that the unicorn packet of markers and everything really helped, right?
It totally did. It totally did.
A little bit too.
But she was so, like, she was so happy to see, like, everybody that came over to pick up food. She was so happy to see you. So yeah, and I was glad that you were able to squeeze us in between your in between your busy day and your hot date with Paula.
Yeah, my hot date with Paula. That was actually so much fun. I had such a blast with Paula. That was a good time. And we enjoyed your barbecue very much. And she made the porch look like a little restaurant. She has all these plants going on. And you saw that, right?
It looked like a little bistro. Yeah, it was super, super cute.
Shout out to Paula Baby for making her porch look like a bistro. So that's what's going on with my car, is I have all this space left where I'm going to buy a bunch of pottery to come and
nice.
do our nursery stuff. So,
nice. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep. Hello, hi. We have guests. You're all just watching me. It's an audience right now. We have our first live audience. So yeah, now I got all shy. I feel like the Warner Brothers. Ribbit. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my. Yeah. Want to say hi to Rosa?
Of course.
Come here, girlfriend. Have a seat, girlfriend. We got a guest. You guys, everybody. Rosa.
Hey, Rosa.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Right here. So this is who I'm with. Original owner of El Pollo Loco, my best friend Rosa Pinuelas. You can find her at RosePin1. Don't bother adding her because she won't add you back. But you can stare at her profile picture and wish that you were her friend.
I don't add anybody I don't know.
Yeah, she don't add any unless she meets you in person. Then she'll accept the request.
How come you haven't added me then? I added you, girlfriend.
Stop playing like you have an Instagram. She's already she's on Facebook. She's got Facebook cracking. So, but she's got her pickleball people over here.
Yes.
So
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So, social distancing. But no, Rosa's been quarantined here in Mexico all this time.
Oh,
and
wow.
Because, we miss each other. We've been FaceTiming at night. She's my 8:30 o'clock, night phone call to, keep her spirits up, make her laugh. And it was like, you know what? Like, why not, like, come down here? Like, what? Yeah. And she offered for me to stay here. She has a 4-level mansion. So, she stays up here at the top. I have my own house at the bottom, like everything else at the end, with a direct ocean view and the marina, which is great. So
that's tremendous.
Yeah. It made sense, it made sense for are you guys leaving? Okay, bye. Can I shout out your names? Sally, that girl, Sally and Richard, right? And then Mateo and Jennifer. Mateo is Spanish for Matt. So, but it's a white man with the name Mateo, just so you know. They make it, yeah. Yeah. What's Salina Cafe, Sally. That girl.
Nice.
That girl. So yeah, so she had her pickleball people over and they've been quarantining themselves. You know, I think at this point, everybody that's been quarantined can pretty much figure out that we no longer have to be completely quarantined if we've been quarantined enough within ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like at this point, the government has shut down everything from anything to be operational where people can gather, where people don't know each other that have come in contact with other people. I think what they've been talking about is pods, where certain people, you know, become their own little groups of being able to kind of hang out. So, you know, I trust Rosa. I trust her decision. Oh, dude, and you know what else she has? She has a digital thermometer.
Oh, nice.
Come in when you know, like the people she goes and she hangs out with, she's like just hitting them in the forehead, checking your temperature.
Yeah.
And so when I walked in here, she checked my temperature. And then just for the fuck of it, she checked my temperature when we were watching the movie because I just got so we're doing it safe. But the reason I came up here, I came up here to get away is because, so you know that I stopped drinking, right?
Yep.
So I stopped smoking weed.
A month.
I've lost probably now it's 28 days. 28 days, no weed. I stopped drinking. Super Bowl Sunday was my last day. That was February 2nd.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a long time, really long time. And I went vegan, right? For that bit of time. So I want to see what's going on with my body. You know, you can't go to a doctor in the US right now. You can't walk into any kind of a clinic or any kind of a doctor without there being a whole program of like having to get an appointment and check with your HMO and this and that. But here in Mexico, money talks, right? And you get an appointment. And so I went in for my blood panel is what I went in for. This letter got me across all the way through Ensenada, their doctor's letter. And $222 is what my blood panel cost me. 222 US dollars. And so I'll have my results tomorrow. That'll let me know everything that's going on with my body. It'll let me know if there's anything wrong, with the possibility if there's any kind of cancer that's growing. It'll also show that in the blood panel. So it's a stem cell clinic. It's Dr. Hino Medical Center. If you guys want to look up Dr. Hino Medical Center, it's Hino. It's in Ensenada. If you guys get a chance to see the story, he's a Japanese doctor that used to work for the military in their bio department. And he was working on stem cells here in the US, and they basically were like, we're not giving you a pass to do anything with stem cells. So he was like, fuck it. And he came to Mexico and he opened up his clinic. And he's been saving lives through stem cells, through stem cell treatments. And I found him because of Rosa. Rosa ended up having an enlarged heart, and she was going through heart problems. And so she went and did a stem cell treatment, and her heart is at a better capacity. And she's looking, dude, she looks so, you saw what she looks like, right? I'm not going to tell you her age, but let's just say, dude, stem cells are like vampire blood. Like her hair is thick and beautiful and shiny. Her skin is amazing. No wrinkles. You saw she has no wrinkles. But tomorrow I go in for my results, and they're also going to run a panel on my vitamin levels, on what vitamin levels my body is at. So it'll tell me how much vitamin C I have, how much vitamin D I have.
Vitamin D, that's the big one. There's some studies coming out right now that are linking severe cases of COVID to vitamin D deficiency. It seems to be pretty common. It's the common thing of why if you contract COVID-19,
And if you have a vitamin D deficiency, it'll be a lot harder for you to fight it. Now, I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast that you sent me, the Dr. Rhonda, what was her last name? Dr. Rhonda?
It's the one that just went out, Rhonda Patrick.
Yes, Rhonda. I had said McPatrick because for some reason I like to add an MC to every last name. But she was saying that there was a possibility that the people that are actually fighting COVID is type O blood type, type O positive. And I have type O positive. My doctor, Dr. Allen, there at the Hino Medical Center, he's also type O positive. And he says that what it is, because I asked him, what's the difference between type O negative, type O positive, type A blood, type B blood? And he says, well, Latinos are mostly predominantly type O positive. Type O negative is a weaker blood type of the type O positive. Type A is Asian blood, and then type B is Caucasian blood. And then when you have, Caucasians and white people that, you get type A, B blood. So, and it depends on what your parents are for you to get that blood type. But he said that type O positive, basically what the positive means is that we have antibodies off the bat. We come with antibodies. So we'd be able to fight off anything like just a common cold or COVID-19. So that makes me feel a lot safer. I feel a lot better about, I'm still going to be safe, but I'm not going to worry so much that if I catch it, because you see all these people that are catching it and they come through it and they're fine. So if you're type O positive, you have a better chance. If you're any other blood type, right? Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide yourself.
Did you hear about about Michael Yo, how he got really sick?
No, what happened?
Yeah, so like the week before lockdown, he flew out to New York. He basically did like everything you weren't supposed to do. Like he flew out to New York, got crazy sick, started popping a bunch of Advil, which you're not supposed to do, right? And he ended up in the hospital and he thought he was going to die. He did Rogan the week before Rhonda Patrick. And so I was listening to the Rogan episode that dropped today while I was cooking dinner. And he was talking with a comedian and they started talking about vitamin D. And he said, guess what? He goes, guess who called me after the Rhonda Patrick episode and said that while he was in the hospital, he got tested, he was vitamin D deficient and didn't realize that could be a role. It was Michael Yo. So yeah, man. So
dang, that was the most informative podcast I have listened to in this time. Shout out to Dr. Rhonda Patrick. Dude, I follow her now. She's a G.
I tried to listen to her podcast. I was like, I'm going to get into this. That woman she has an amazing memory. She memorizes statistics like nobody's business. She can remember percentages. She can remember dates. It's phenomenal. Listening to her podcast is like pulling teeth because maybe it was just the 2 episodes I tried to listen to, but she's just reciting statistics, just boom, 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 boom. And I was like, oh my God, this sounds like homework. Like I can't listen to this, but she's so fucking smart. She's so smart. And she has the ability to memorize and catalog all this information and then correlate stuff because she remembers so much stuff. And to say, oh, I remember this thing that's in the corner of my brain over here. And I remember this thing in my corner of the brain over here. And they kind of sound like they're related, right? Because she has such an intense memory retention. But you're right. That Rogan episode was one of the best pieces of information that wasn't charged. It wasn't emotionally charged. It wasn't politically charged. It just sounded like straightforward, factual information. And it made me feel good. I said that as soon as I listened to it, I was like, number one, I'm going to listen to it again. So I'm going through it again right now. And I started sending it to everybody I know. So if people haven't listened to it, jump into the latest episode of Joe Rogan with Rhonda Patrick. The conversation around COVID starts at about minute 7. Jump to, I think it was minute 29, when they start talking about vitamin D. It's like minute 28, 29, they start talking about vitamin D. And then I think it's at minute 17, they start talking about an Asian mutation, an Asian genetic mutation that's like playing a part of this, with the 2 different like parent strains of COVID that are out there. So those are your time markers. If you listen from the beginning and hang in there, you'll get everything. But yeah, amazing podcast.
Yeah, totally amazing. The whole part of the vitamin D deficiency, you know, I am Latina, you know, I'm Chinese Colombian and Black Colombian. So you know, the part about Black people is that we have high melanin. So the melanin, remember she was saying, prevents us from absorbing the vitamin D that we would normally get. So I'm really interested to see what they say when I go to the blood panel tomorrow and get my results. Yeah. I hate to do this because you're cutting out, but I have to run downstairs to the west wing of the house and get my laptop cord. So let me go get my laptop.
Go. I'm gonna.
You know, in the meanwhile, can you go through the comments and give shout outs to everybody and answer them?
I'm gonna hit them right now. You do your thing.
Hit them right now and have them wave at you so you can say their name on the podcast. I'll be right back.
All right. Up on Facebook, Luis Fernandez, what's up? Maria Navarez, what's up? Love your hat, boo. Oh yeah, that is kind of just Tania looks like she's in Mexico. She's got a pink sun visor on. Drake Nelson, yep, B12 butt. Over on YouTube, Cindy Aguilar just blowing it up with all of the info. Yep, vitamin B12. You get it from meats. Big shout out to Rosa there from Cindy Aguilar. Yeah, super glad you guys are here. Oh, Kevin Walker with some hands. What's up, Kevin? Were you guys all where does everybody live? Is everybody here local to LA? Or is everybody here sort of spread out? Shout out your city. See where everybody's from.
Okay. On vacation.
Tanya's plugging in her laptop.
Yes. Here we go.
You made it back.
I made it back. I heard Maria never rest. What's up, girl? Say hi to your mama for me. And to your sisters, Dora and Irma. Love you, girls.
Christopher Dominguez on YouTube.
We're back. Who Dominguez? Say that again.
Christopher Dominguez on YouTube. Kevin Walker from Raleigh, North Carolina. J. Michael Arnaldi.
Oh, Michael Arnaldi in the house. What's up, bro? How you doing?
And Bridget F. Tekar on Facebook.
Bridget F. Tekar. Dude, you know who Bridget F. Tekar is?
Nope.
Bridget F. Tekar.
Who's Bridget F. Tekar?
Is the one that got... Bridget F. Tekar is the girl that broke me into show business. That's who she is. She was my comedian. She was my friend in my comedy school, and I met her there. And she's a Persian blonde Lady Gaga impersonator. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Like she does Lady Gaga to a T, but she taught me everything there was to know about getting into the movies and TV as an actress, and everything that I needed to do in order to get enough vouchers to be a SAG member. So Bridget, I dedicate my SAG membership to you, girl. Thank you, girl, for getting me there.
That's awesome.
I've known her since 2009. That's how long ago that was. It's a long ass time.
That's a lifetime.
Yeah, now she has a beautiful baby. Oh my God, her baby's so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And an awesome husband. Really cool dude. Really super cool dude.
That's
So that's cool.
great.
She's
Wow.
watching. That's so awesome. Now I feel all shy again.
So you,
brother's dog, ribbit.
so all right. So you're gonna get your blood work back tomorrow. How are you gonna spend the rest of the week in Mexico, man? While we're all stuck at home. What are you gonna do?
Well, tomorrow I plan to go walking with Rosa. We're gonna hit Clam Beach, and I'm gonna take a backpack, and I'm gonna pick up clams along the beach, right? And because there's like Clam Beach, like clams wash up right there, and it's a private beach all right here from Las Salinas to Punta Piedra. It's probably about 2.5, 3 miles, so do a nice little walk. Today we did a walk, but I have to go a little bit at a time because of my, my condition of sun poisoning right now. I have to get back. I have to like get back into it of getting sun. And then Wednesday, Chris Kelly and Tony Kelly and Kathy Stevenson from the Live with Doug and Kathy Lee podcasts of Las Salinas, they're throwing me a mayoral dinner. They're
Wow.
making Indian food. And so they've been quarantined as well. Tony and Chris Kelly were the last people I saw and I served at La Cita bar before all this happened. Like I wasn't able to get to Mexico, so they did me the favor and they got me my B12 and they brought my B12 across over the States to the States. And we hung out, and that was the last time we saw each other. And they've been in quarantine. Kathy's been in quarantine. I've been in quarantine. So we're going to, take a chance together and hang out. So that's the plan. And then I think Thursday I'm going to make it on my way back, pick up the rest of the pottery that I've scoped out for me and Paula baby. And I'm on my way back. And so what I said earlier about treatment, I said I might be going on treatment. Mm-hmm. So 2 years ago when I got my blood work at Dr. Hino's office, everybody's been talking about HGH, human growth hormone, right? The fountain of youth in injection. And at 40, when I went in there, I asked him, I said, hey, do you think it's time for me to go on HGH? And he looked at my levels and he was like, no, you're fine. You don't need to go on anything. You're good as is. We'll check again when you come back. So I'm coming back and I won't get those results until Friday. So if I go on treatment, then I need to come back every 10 days. Every 10 days, because it's a 10-day supply and I only get one supply at a time. Right? Is that how it works, Rosa?
You can get up to 3. They'll give you a.
Come show them. Bring it from the fridge. Rosa is on HGH.
How long? It has stem cells done.
It has, because she had stem cells done. Mm-hmm. So in order to keep, because she had a heart attack. She had a mild. Do you remember when she took me to Vegas for my birthday? Like,
yeah.
So Jose Raymond, the comedian, was doing a show there, and we all hung out. And me and Jose were all drinking, and she was like, I need to lay down. She lay down, face down, and she stayed that way. And we're like, wow, she looks really restful. Turns out she had a heart attack.
Oh,
she was
Christ.
So this is, get in here, girlfriend. So this is
what it is.
So this is HGH. This is real HGH. This is not, there it is, human. So this is what she injects this into her stomach. And come here, girlfriend. Okay. See, she's so bad at camera angles. She doesn't know. Everybody, Rosa Pinuelos, original owner, OG owner, 30-year owner of El Pollo Loco, Sunset and Crescent Heights right here. And also the one on La Brea and Sunset that she had to let go because of all the hookers.
Yeah, the hookers and the rent.
The hookers and the rent. That El Pollo Loco had to go.
And Gerard Corbin and in Santa Barbara and Goleta. Now I'm in Reseda in the University of CSUN.
Yeah.
And Newberry Park.
Yeah. Ever since I've been hanging out with her, I don't eat any other chicken than El Pollo Loco.
That's it? El Pollo Loco?
I don't. I get in trouble. Here, put it back in the fridge. Yeah, we're gonna get it all hot. So yeah, that's it. She's on HGH. And so I don't know what they're going to tell me. We'll see what they'll say.
Yeah.
So, and I wouldn't mind coming back here every 10, 11 days.
Now's the time to do it. You know, what's really interesting is like, it feels like we're at a point where people are going to start getting brave with who they're hanging out with. Memorial Day, right? Memorial weekend's like here, which might be kind of quiet, might not. But as we get closer to summer and as we get closer to like 4th of July, people are just going to start hanging out, man. And you're going to, I think you're going to start seeing like more backyard parties. And I'm really, really interested to see and to hear from you when you get back, the perspective of you were you had locked yourself down for 2 months and it had been so long since you had gone to Mexico. And like Rosa, like I've told, ever since I've known Tania, I've told her like, hey, if you don't go to Mexico frequently, you kind of turn into a monster, right? Like she needs to go to Mexico to reset, like it's like her thing. She goes, she hangs out with you guys. She goes and hangs out at the restaurant, the cantina, like 9 out of 10 of your favorite things are in Mexico. Right. And so, in having been locked up, having locked yourself up for a couple months and not going to Mexico, so curious to see like what your perspective is when you come back, to see if it's like, oh, wow. Like if your perception of value in making those trips is going to change.
I can already tell you that I think I was coming to Mexico so often. I think I got not ungrateful. I've never been, but it's like you kind of almost take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
You take it for granted because you're just able to, I can go to Mexico. I got, this little place that I know. But it's like when you're in jail and you're taken away from your loved ones. Look, girl, she's gonna cry. Look at that. When you get taken away from your loved ones, and being able to see the people that you normally hang out with, it hurts, huh? It hurts to not like see them. And so now I'm just so grateful that I get to see her, to hang out with her. We had such an amazing, look, the day's already gone, girlfriend.
Gone. We did so much. She took a nap.
I even took
a nap today.
This was
I'm so jealous. So jealous. Took a nap.
Me watching TV by myself. Out.
I took a nap. Yeah, I took a nap. You're gonna laugh at the movie that I fell asleep on. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I fell asleep on Alien versus Predator.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a bad movie. You sleep on that one.
No, she was out and it was loud.
It was loud and I was out like a baby. I was out. It was so awesome. I haven't taken a nap in I don't know how long. Yeah, when I used to drink, I used to nap a lot. I don't call those power naps. I call those power blackouts.
That's awesome.
This was a legit real nap. Like, it was like 2:45 in the afternoon. It was a real Mexican siesta.
Wow. I'm jealous. I'm as happy for you as I am jealous.
Oh, and are you ready for this? The most beautiful thing today, the bird.
Oh, yeah.
She has these red birds, these red-headed birds that have made nests here, that they're birthing babies. And they sing so beautifully. Yeah. And I was laying there and I was able to capture it on video. The bird just, but it was so quiet that you could hear it through the glass. It was, and what did you say about those birds?
You're supposed to make a wish when you see them. That's an old Mexican tale. When you see them, you're supposed to make a wish. Did you make a wish?
Yeah, I did make a wish. You know what I wished for? Some vitamin D. I can only hope.
Well, I'd say what, on that note, I'm gonna go put the baby to bed.
Awesome.
You look like you got a little bit more living to do tonight.
I do, yeah. We're gonna find another movie to pass out on, and then
I love it.
And then some snacks, and and get to bed and get up early to go cross Ensenada again. I got to get up early.
I do virtual classes.
Yes, she does virtual classes right now.
Work out. I work out.
Also, you know what? I want to give a shout out to you, Rosa, for being such an awesome boss to your employees. I have to tell you this story, okay?
Yeah.
Before you put the baby to bed.
Before you put the baby to bed, I'll tell you real quick. So, you know, Rosa owns all these restaurants, and unfortunately, she had to lay a bunch of her employees off. And a lot of these employees she's had for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
You know?
Family at that point.
She has to really reduce the staff because they no longer have the salsa bar, right?
No salsa bar, no beverage bar, no dining room.
So that's a lot of her staff right there. It's just drive-through, right? And she was able to acquire some money from the government, the payroll loan program, and she is back paying all her employees that are out of work right now. She's paying them back for all this time as if they were still employed as their full.
Yeah, that's great.
It's coming out of my pocket, brother. It's not all of it from the payroll. I mean, the loan, no.
But so she's using her reserve of what she
whatever
has
I had, so
to give them their pay. So shout out to El Pollo Loco Rosa Pinuelas.
That's great.
Yes. Yeah, it's totally. Yeah.
It's
so.
Because there are hard times out there. I feel so bad for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a nice little check that they get.
That's fantastic. Yeah, good for you. That it must feel nice to know that at the end of this episode, you're going to have a clean conscience and you're going to not have any, you're not going to be carrying any weight that you could have done something different, or maybe you should have done this, or, you know, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Before we go, I want to give a shout out really quick to everybody that has jumped on the podcast today, everybody who jumped on the Instagram live, everybody that jumped on the Facebook, on the YouTube. I also want to give a shout out to all my people here in Las Salinas that I will unfortunately not be able to see because I cannot come around you. I don't know where you've been. And I just don't want to put anybody at risk, especially her. She's my number one concern right now. So I'm sorry. Shout out to Annie Walker. I love you, girl. I'm so sorry I can't come over. Shout out to my boss, Angie Gomez, Scott Richardson, Janine Richardson, Doug Burmeister, his wife. Oh God, why did I forget his wife's name?
I don't know who that is.
Sneezy Sally.
Diana and Doug, I'm so sorry I can't see you guys. Shout out to Michael. Shout out to Victoria Vine. Shout out to Barbara Lincoln and her husband, John. Shout out to Ed Dueñez. Did I get everybody? Shout out to Robert. Sorry, I can't see you, bro. Shout out to Marta Callejas, also Miss Colombian 1900, ¿qué te importa? Girl, I know you out there all pissed off because we hanging out, but don't worry. But don't worry. Don't worry about that because I ain't coming to hang out with you. So I send you all my love. I wish that I could come by and wave at you, but I don't want you to throw a wine bottle at me. So, but Marta, I'm really sorry. I had to come out here. And again, if you guys don't agree with my decision to be here, that's okay. That's why there's America and we can have our difference of opinion. That's not a problem. But remember, I'm not coming around you, so don't worry about it. You know, we're all adults and we can do this the right way. And I've been doing it the right way. And right now, what's most important is me being here essentially to look out for my health and to get the answers that I need because, you know, I've taken 2 COVID tests already, but I want to see what the doctors have to say as well. So it'll be interesting to share all this on the next Talking Crap, right?
Yeah.
We'll do this next.
It'd be fantastic.
We'll do this next week. So
nice to meet you, Rosa.
Yep. All right. Well,
nice to meet you too.
Thank you.